everyone, and welcome back to Tokyo Tuesdays, the segment in which I head to the Tokyo Disney theme parks to sample and review every last eatery. For our 52nd episode, we're heading back to a location that we've been to before. Sort of. I'll explain more in a bit. In the meanwhile, let's head off to the Horizon Bay Cart, sometimes known as the Horizon Bay Terrace. Because we've been to Horizon Bay before, we'll be looking at a different way to get there. Having multiple routes can be useful in the Disney parks, as sometimes the most direct route will be blocked by a parade or show. Tokyo Disney Sea is one of the most difficult to navigate Disney parks, but that doesn't mean that there aren't options. Starting in Port Discovery, head straight into the main courtyard. Veer to your right and head around the main water feature. Continue making your way around, making sure that the water is on your left. Head up the steps before turning left. This will let you continue to walk around the harbor with the water on your left. As you walk, the opening to Mount Prometheus's caldera will appear on your right. Go ahead and turn right to head on in. Once inside the caldera, veer to your left and take the opportunity to walk in the lava tubes if the path is open. You will next come to an intersection where you could turn right, back into the caldera itself, or turn left, back into the tunnels. Turn left. From here, you're going to follow the path the only way you can, straight ahead, until it deposits you in the back of Port Discovery, between Breezeway Bites and the Disney Sea Electric Railway Station. Next to the station, you'll find a set of stairs. There's also an elevator around here too, for those who need it. Follow these stairs down, down, and down. Then pass under the Disney Sea Electric Railway tracks. Immediately turn right. Follow the tidal pool around, keeping it on your right, until you can turn right. Do so, once again, keeping the tidal pool on your right. There, back in a corner, next to the restrooms, you'll find the Horizon Bay Cart. Not on the map, and technically without a name, the Horizon Bay Cart serves up churros and frozen slush drinks themed to the Finding Nemo and Finding Dory movies. It shares its parent restaurant's theming of Art Deco steampunk, though is notably an outdoor location, overlooking the tidal pool and shaded by the Disney Sea Electric Railway tracks. Despite not being on the map, this is a popular location, and lines do form, so plan accordingly. Alright, I'm back. And interestingly enough, I am back at Port Discovery again, at Horizon Bay again. This is an interesting little location. It's not on the maps, but it is a permanent fixation. So it's somewhere between the nebulous area of cart and counter service. Very strange. The menu is different at this location than it is inside the Horizon Bay restaurant. This location they sell these Nemo churros and this special Finding Nemo smoothie drink. So my churro is actually warm right now, so I want to eat it before it gets any cooler, and we'll see how that goes. That's quite good. And this flavor reminds me of something. I want to say like Fruit Loops, actually. It's supposed to be orange flavored. And it is orange flavored in that sort of sugar orange flavor. Cross section. I find it strange this location isn't on the map. I think that it was sort of specially erected just for the opening of the Seafarer ride, because it's not on the map. It doesn't have a name, and all of the food here is very specifically themed to Finding Nemo and Finding Dory and the new Seafarer ride. Sea Rider, whatever it's called. And for the longest time, I kept seeing people with these smoothie drinks, and I was like, I want to try that, I've got to try that. Where is that located? And I went to all of the different locations in Port Discovery, and nobody had it, and I couldn't find it, and I couldn't find it. And finally, I was here one day, and I noticed a line, and I was like, oh, I'm going to follow this line and see where it goes, because when doesn't that pay out for me? And I did, and it led sort of into this back corner to the side of the Horizon Bay restaurant. And this is where you get it, at this little unknown location. So I don't know if this place is going to stick around. I don't know if it's going to get its own name and become its own thing. But for now, it's a weird little pseudo-secret almost. I don't know, weird. All right, last bite. All right, not bad. Now I'm going to do what I was really looking forward to, which is the pineapple smoothie. Smoothies are not really a thing. I believe they call it a pineapple smoothie. Regardless, it's not really a thing. You don't see sort of ices like this in Japan very often. So I'm excited. That's nice. There's little... I don't think they're tapioca balls, but the blue is flavored. And then there is a layer of jelly. Then at the very base, and not tapioca balls, like little fruit juice balls. I'm a fan of this. I like this a lot. Not terribly refreshing, but a lot of fun. Kind of want to keep the cup. It's a plastic cup, obviously disposable, but it's so cute. So I'm gonna finish up my super awesome Finding Nemo drink, and then I will be off to the next place. I'll see you later. Bye. Back home, which means it's time to review. Service is a 3 out of 5. At one simple cart location, I interacted with no fewer than 5 people. Now, to be fair, at least one of those interactions was because there was a shift change right in the middle of my order. But the shift change was instantaneous. I didn't have to wait at all. It didn't affect my wait time in any way, so that was neat. But regardless, every single person working at this location was smiling and friendly, and they just seemed really genuinely happy to be there. Like, they had a really good sort of chemistry going on with this group of people, and they seemed genuinely really happy, which is sort of an infectious feeling in the best way possible, so that was nice. There was a line I did have to wait, but they kept that line moving really quickly and with every bit of efficiency that they could manage. So, yeah, 3 out of 5. Atmosphere is a 2 out of 5. Unfortunately, this location leaves a bit to be desired in this category. It does have a few positives. For one, it's next to the tidal pools, which is really nice. And 2, it's in the shade, which in the summer is especially nice. Unfortunately, that shade is cast by the Disney Sea Electric Railway tracks, which means, as you might guess, this location is really, really loud. Additionally, it is located right next to the bathrooms, and I mean right next to the bathrooms. Which, I don't know, just doesn't seem like the best place for a food cart. Sort of accentuating this, and a part of this, it does have the feeling of being just shoved into a corner. I don't know if this location was here before the Sea Rider attraction was installed. I don't remember it being here, but again, it's also sort of shoved into a corner and I never really went back there before. So maybe it was and I just didn't know, but regardless, it feels like an afterthought. The paint is peeling, they've not done anything to it to make it stand out on its own. Any sort of atmosphere it has is very heavily borrowed from the Horizon Bay restaurant and the atmosphere of Port Discovery on the whole. So yeah, it's a 2 out of 5. Price is either a 2 or a 3, and I'm sort of leaning towards 2. The churros, once again, don't feel like a bargain to me. That definitely puts it more in the 2 category. Even with a specialty flavor churro like this, I feel like $3.50 for one churro is kind of a lot. The ice drink is a lot closer to being worth it as far as the price is concerned. It's 400 yen, and it is fun to drink, and it is certainly attractive with that blue and yellow color, but I don't know, I'm still sort of hard-pressed to say that it's definitely worth 400 yen. So, given that I'm not really able to push it up to a 3, I am gonna have to give it a 2. Sorry. The food is a 3 out of 5. I really like that smoothie. It's not really a smoothie that I would think of when I hear the word smoothie. It's closer to, say, a slushie or an icy or some sort of frozen drink like that. That said, it is exactly the kind of frozen drink that is really hard to find in Japan, in my experience. Like, my kingdom for frozen ice drinks. I miss those so much. So finding this was actually a real treat, even if only the top half of the drink was really that frozen ice drink style. The rest of the drink was good as well. Like, those little yellow, orangey fruit juice balls were so much fun to watch, like, traveling up the straw, in addition to just being really delicious. The churro, meanwhile, was fine. It wasn't amazing, but it was good. It was better than the regular flavored churro, but not quite as good as the melon soda sugared churro. So yeah, 3 out of 5. Overall, this gives the Horizon Bay cart an average rating of 2.5 out of 5, which seems about right. We'll leave it there. With a 2.5 out of 5, this ties the Horizon Bay cart with 7 other eateries on the master list. I'm going to slot it in just under the Sweetheart Cafe, earning it 41st place on the master list. Meanwhile, on the cart service list, it once again faces a series of ties, this time coming in on top of all of them, earning it 8th place. Very nice. So, that's it for this week. Come back next week if you want to find out where I'll be then. Hint, we'll be visiting a section of the park that we've never been to before. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave those down below. We'd love to hear from you. Give this video a big ol' thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do. We'd surely appreciate it. If social media is more your flavor, you can find us there. Links to that in the description box. And I will see you next week for another Tokyo Tuesday.